Well, welcome back to C&D Farm. It has been a long time since I posted a video. Got a lot of new things on the farm. Weren't really sure I was going to continue down the YouTube road, and I'm not really sure I will continue. I don't know. I want to do it. I want to post stuff. Thought it was kind of interesting, but things changed, and I guess once you stop posting, and then, well, it's easier not to post again, then it's easier not to post, and next thing you know, it's over a year since you've done any kind of videos, and wasn't 100% sure that I wanted to keep doing it. So, but kind of enjoyed it, just to try to edit and kind of go through some of the stuff and whatnot. I never really was looking into it for to try to get monetized, although that'd be nice, but that won't ever my intent. My intent was just to document us building this farm and going through the trials of taking a brand new farm to us that had absolutely nothing on it except some fence and some water, and kind of turn it into a homestead, and to raise cattle, to have a garden, to kind of grow most of our own food. So that was kind of always the intent, just to kind of document that. Maybe later on my grandkids, which I do have a grandson now, will see it and kind of be interested. They'll see it, on YouTube or wherever we post, and kind of go from there. So just to kind of give you an update, behind me is the shop we just built last year. Got videos there of the barn. We still got our doing our cows, kind of doing that, and kind of got a bunch of different projects. Today I've got some lumber back there. I'm gonna start building the wall on the back of the shop to give me something to nail to. I've got one section of the wall, you may can see it with the camera back there, where the electrical panel is, and so we've got a lot of different projects. We still got the different pup dogs than we had before, but we still got our German Shepherds. As you can see, that right there is Indy. She's been here about 2 years. She may have been on the other videos, I'm not sure. I've got the old bush hog project that I'm working on currently. That's been a challenge. You can kind of see, I'll give a good example. I think your light's all right in here. So gearbox messed up. I hit something. You can kind of see the lower shaft right there. Anyway, it threw the bearing, blew it out, and before I could get it stopped, it already done some pretty catastrophic damage. I'm hoping I can get fix it. I'll call Monday to see if I can get the lower shaft. The thing of it is, it's older. It's a really old bush hog. I bought it used. The guy I bought it from bought it used. I think it come off of a highway project. So that old Alamo bush hog has seen a lot of time and a lot of abuse. And I'm not sure it's the original gearboxes that came on it. It's hard for me to find the serial numbers on it. I've got a few sources I'm looking at, but the project I'm gonna work on today is I am going to sheet the rest of this wall. When I started, I had some stuff here. Where I made a mistake is I used 2x4, so it is a gap. When I get to doing this side and this side over here, I'm gonna use the 2x2s, and where my plywood will actually almost go right up against the galvanized support beams. I did run some electrical in here. I've got MC cable. And you may notice that one that I did not do MC cable, I done what I had on hand, not trying to keep costs down, but I run 10-3. One of the things that I have is I've got my trailer that I made. My freezer trailer, I put it under here, and I've got my 30 amp receptacle over there that powers up my freezers and whatnot. So a lot of different projects I got to work on. One of them is just still don't have a finished corral, so that's a project I've got to work on. So just a lot of stuff that we need to do around here. It's always something. This has been a very dry year. Last year, you know, I helped a guy with hay. This year I'm buying all my hay, and when you know it, it's the year that we've got pretty extreme drought in this part of Virginia, and hay is hard to come by. So I'm hoping I'm going to get enough. I'm hoping we get some rain towards the end of the summer, where we have most people around here do 2 cuttings a year. And the fall cutting is something that we can get at least some hay to get through the winter, hopefully, and not have to go too far out to buy it. So anyway, today's project, I'm gonna set it up and kind of do some of the videos of me putting that wall in. We'll do a few little shots, and then I'll try to close the video. So yep, the cows are hollering at me. It's actually, I probably should go put a bale of hay out there for them. It's getting, the grass is that bad. I was hoping we was gonna get some rain over the weekend, or towards the end of the week. We got a little bit, but it didn't even make an inch. So calling for some more Monday. If not, honestly, I'm gonna probably have to put some hay out to supplement them. So enjoy the video as I do some shots of me trying to put this studded wall up and get this plywood so that I can have a good, I want to have a tool board. I want to have just stuff to hang stuff on. Not try to have a lot of toolboxes, but maybe may come back after I put the plywood and put space it out and put pegboard on there. But I didn't want to use pegboard as the base because it's not, obviously it's not that strong. So enjoy, and I'll come back and try to close it out with a little brief statement, and we'll kind of go from there. welcome back. What we are trying to do, or what I am trying to do, is frame out this section right here so I can put, I'm just putting OSB. I got plywood right there because it was some leftover plywood that I had for something else, and I really needed to get the electric panel mounted, so I went ahead and put that there. Where I made the mistake is these galvanized posts. I should have got 2-inch lumber instead of 2x4s, but again, I had the 2x4s on hand and I put them on there knowing that it stuck out just a little bit. As you can see, I do have a little bit of a gap right here. I mean, overhang. When I do the sidewalls, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get more something that where the plywood, everything will be flush with the them 2-inch galvanized posts for these metal buildings. Anyway, so what I am trying to do, I'm just going to take the camera around this way. What I'm trying to do is just have some framing, basic framing, and I know the carpenters out there are probably going to have a fit. But I'm just doing where I can get nailers about every so many feet to where the plywood, I checked that, is not wobbly, it's pretty tight. There again, mainly all it's going to be is something where I can hang stuff on, where I can put, like this is temporary, where I can put like a shelf there. I do plan on building a workbench along this bottom section right here. That's kind of the goal, is just to have a backing to put maybe some pegboard on, mount some tool holders to it. Nothing really heavy. If it is heavy, I'll try to make sure that I get into a stud, but mainly it's just going to be where I'm going to put a workbench. I do have sleeves there for a future sink that I plan on putting in here as soon as I can figure out how to tie it into the existing plumbing that we have on the property. It is gray water, but still I want to make sure I do it at least correctly, but I want to check, make sure I'm not violating any thing with that. But it is farm use gray water, so I'm not sure that that's going to be really a big issue. And it may not even do it, but when they poured the concrete pad, it was one of them things, if I don't do it then it would be extremely difficult to bring it in, and then I would have had to put some type of insulation. So this is below grade, and still may have to have where I can cut it off, because this building is insulated on the roof, but it's not insulated on the sides, and we do have extreme temperatures. In the wintertime, it could get cold enough in here to freeze. Thought about spray foaming and putting some type of insulation before I put the walls up, but to be honest with you, when I'm in here, I did heat it a little bit with like one of the little bullet heaters this winter. What little winter we had, you know, after I get the building put up, but it really, that was fine for me. So I thought about putting a wood stove in. The thing with the wood stove is you got to be careful with your insurance companies. They don't necessarily, if you tell them you got a wood stove, you know, that's makes your insurance go up. What I could do is put a forced air propane. We've got a propane tank. The only thing we use a propane for is our cook stove and our generator, and the propane tank is just outside of the wall right here. So I could bring in a small forced air propane heater, hang it in the ceiling right over there, have it close to the panel, because most of them you can get them actually now that's not 220. So, and that may be good enough, you know, the Saturdays and the Sundays is when I'm in here most of the day. And in the wintertime, you know, I may be here depending on what kind of projects we got going on. I want to turn this into a space where I can do a lot of different projects, especially in the wintertime, because, you know, working public work, you get home at 5 o'clock, it's dark. So this is a good spot to come in here and have, you know, winter projects, to get them all done, do your servicing on equipment, fixing equipment like that bush hog that I should have fixed this winter because it's been broke since last fall. Bringing it in here and having a place to work during the winter time, when it is cold and windy outside, when you do get home and it's 5 o'clock and it's dark outside. That was the reason I put so much light in here. You know, that was the first project that we done, was put some basic receptacles along the wall. I hadn't finished those, and get the lighting in. So this is like phase 2. We do a little bit at a time and kind of go on. So that's kind of the project. I'll have some more video of me doing that, and then we'll finish out for the day. That's going to be the video for this week. I'll try to do 1 or 2 a month, and we'll kind of see how it goes. Again, this right here is a project in itself. I may end up I'm gonna be brutally, you know, honest here. If I could find a gearbox, even if it was a couple of $100 more than the parts, it might be worth me just buying one already put together. I'll see. Part of that is you don't necessarily have the tools. One of the things that's the problem is some of these bearings, you're gonna have to either heat them up in oil or something before you can slide them on the shaft, or something. You know, I don't have a way of doing that. I may have to take it to somebody to get that part done. So that's kind of the thing is, you know, if I had the tools, you know, it's not worth paying the extra for a complete box. But since I don't necessarily have all the tools that I need to do that job, it's not worth going to buy the tool, because I'm not going to do the job again. So what I would pay extra in the gearbox, I'd probably pay that in all the tools, and then I would only have them, you know, I don't do that type of work daily. So I may not have that, be able to use that tool or have a use for that ever again. Now I do have 2 other gearboxes, but I hope I don't hit anything, and I hope that I keep them full of oil and prevent what happened here. I'm gonna blame that on me. That's my fault. I did hit something and I didn't get out and check on it immediately. I made like 2 more passes in the field, and then I realized when I saw like smoke coming from out from underneath the gearbox, I realized that something had happened. So I should have got out and checked as soon as I hit it, because I hit something that hit a piece of rod. I'm not sure why it was in the pasture. I've mowed this pasture before, and it slipped the clutches on the PTO shaft, and those are pretty tight. I have that thing pretty tight, so for it to do that, that was a heck of an impact. So anyway, we'll kind of go from there, but stay tuned for some more videos. I'm gonna add a little bit more content at the end. At the end of some of my videos. I got one I really want to talk about maybe in the next one, and that's customer service, and that related back to that gearbox right there. I really may do that one because in today's world with the younger generation, not picking on all of the younger generation, but it just seems to me that customer service, trying to talk to people, doing what you say you're going to do, is gone. It's just gone at this point. So and that's one of the reasons that gearbox has been sitting on that bench right there for almost 2 weeks, is just trying to talk with somebody that knows equipment and doesn't require a computer screen and a number to do anything. I found one, and I think it's gonna work out, and we're gonna kind of go from there. But it was difficult getting there, so may do a video on the gearbox. So until the next time, I'll end the video with some more just shots of us me doing the wall. And until the next time, come back and join us at C&D Farm. And if you like this type of content, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see what happens. We'll try this again and see if we can build another channel.